Alright guys, welcome back to Time Machine Scale Models. This is probably one of the biggest stash ads I've ever had. I just purchased this 1967 hardtop. This was built in San Jose, California. Currently, it has a 351 Windsor in it. And I'm looking to keep that, but we've got to do some fixings on it. And I'll explain it when we open up the hood. But yeah, she's not bad. We'll open up the hood, we'll look at the towers. I'm not going to get underneath it right now, roll around on the ground, but we just unloaded this off the trailer, and we are going to put it in the garage, and we're going to get it up on jack stands, and start working on her immediately. So this car comes from San Jose. Like I said, it was final assembly with San Jose, California. The district for this car is Los Angeles, of course. You can see up there we need some work up there. No big deal. One of the reasons why I bought this car is because it has the original satin black buckets and the interior is intact and not torn up. All right. So give me a second and we'll get under the hood. Alright, so here's this 351 Windsor. And part of the problem that we have here is the original owner, not the guy that I bought it from, down here on the timing cover, it was rubbing on the lower radiator hose. So I ended up cutting it off. This does run, but you can't time it. You can't dial it in. So that's a problem. The other thing is he cut off the neutral safety switch, so this thing starts in any gear, which is kind of dangerous. And due to that, it also has no backup lights. So we're going to have to work on that. But I mentioned the towers earlier. You can see there is no rot in those towers whatsoever. And the torque boxes underneath the car are just as clean. Floorboards are clean. Everything is clean on this car. This is why I bought it. And I got it for a steal, guys. I'm not going to tell you what I paid for it. But if you'd like, down in the comments section, you can guesstimate what I paid for this car. And I'll tell you whether you're in the ballpark or not. So anyway, I decoded the VIN on this car. And obviously, the body style is a 65A, which is a coupe hardtop. The color was originally springtime yellow. And no, I will not be painting this car springtime yellow. The interior trim code was 2A, black standard buckets. Like I said, it's got the standard interior in it. The date code on this car was the 10th of October, 1967. The axle ratio was a 0, which means it was a 2.79 to 1 standard differential. And the trans code was W on it, which means it had a C4 automatic. I'm not sure what transmission is in it right now, but I was told that the transmission is very, very tight fitting in there, and that is why he cut off the neutral safety switch to get it to fit, which I don't understand. We will have to find out. But yeah, guys, she needs stripping. We're gonna put her in a purple pond. Haha, that's a modeling joke. You know, this thing ain't gonna fit in my bucket. A purple pond. So we're gonna bust out the DA sander with some really rough grit sandpaper, and we're going to strip off all this ugly blue. And we haven't decided on the color yet, but you guys know I'm pretty partial to dark moss green. We've also talked about Brittany blue and Acapulco blue, but we will see. But anyway, guys, let me grab the keys real quick and we'll look in the trunk. Alright, so here's the trunk. We took the hubcaps off so we can air up the tires and everything, but there's a glove box and there's some parts in here, but fuel tank looks good. It looks almost like it's a new fuel tank. We're going to have to get the cover for that because we don't want any accidents to happen. Obviously, you can see it's going to be really hard to see. There's no rot back here whatsoever. So, we got a pretty solid Mustang. So, I also want to tell you guys, yesterday, while I was loading this up, my wife walked over to my friend John you've heard me mention John before, because he's the man that has all the AMCs, the Marlins, the Ramblers, etc. My wife walked over to John's, and John has had a white and blue 1964 Rambler Classic that I tried to buy from him about 3 years ago, and he told me no. And it's a two-door hardtop, and my wife walked over there and bought it yesterday. Can you believe that? So not only did we buy a 67 Mustang coupe, we bought a 64 Rambler Classic two-door hardtop. So Mustang's priority. Rambler comes second because it needs a little bit more work. Needs some floor pans and some rust repair. But yeah, we got that for a steal too, guys. So tell me what you think in the comment section. This mighty big stash head. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Happy modeling.